Is that a 12-core?
16. With a 10 meg pipe. I need the faster response times for the newer online games. There's a lot of people after my high scores.
Wait a second, is Max Destructo your gaming handle too? But it's not just Max Destructo, it's Max Destructo 574s?
Nope, just Max Destructo.
You hold the high score in virtually every massively multiplayer online role-playing game. You single-handedly killed the entire skank horde from Isle of Cardias and Blood Fun 6. It's awesome.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
We're beginning another episode of TalkRadar.
That wasn't Dan Amrich.
No, that wasn't.
Oh, boy.
But speaking of birds, this is Brett Elston.
Hi. And Christopher Antista.
And Michael Raparez.
And this is our podcast before we head out to PAX East.
So you're getting a small one.
A smaller one, and we were thinking the third segment is usually all about the community segment of phone calls and all that good stuff, forum stuff. But I imagine whatever podcast comes out of PAX on Saturday is going to be nothing but
3-hour community segment starring the community. So,
and if you're anywhere near the Boston area this Saturday, just make it your business. Even if you're not going to PAX, odds are if you live anywhere near there, just make us feel better by showing up.
We don't even have like a concrete venue yet. So if you're a Bostonite and you know an area, or if you know somebody who works at a bar, just be like, yeah, come and use it. We won't tell on you. I don't know if bartenders still tell on people.
Because we lucked out at PAX Prime because Sega was having a huge party that we could hide in.
The Sega people were here showing me Monkey Ball, and like, did you go to the Sega party at the last PAX? I'm like, yeah, that was the only reason we had a podcast space, because we jumped in on your party before anybody got there and set up, and like, fuck, we got really lucky.
Got way lucky because there was a bar for over 21. Under 21 could get in. They just would be marked with a scarlet letter, perhaps.
Or sneaking their own booze, like
some of our friends there. They how did they get booze? I don't know.
What was it? Well, that was nice. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know what
does that have anything to do with our top 7?
No, it does not. Coming up later, but we're doing a shorter one, so there still have some game deals, I think, from you.
Yeah, I got a few.
And in a strange twist, I am at the helm of this episode for no particular reason.
Because I wasn't even sure I was coming in today, and you just decided to grab all the sounds. And that was good of you, Ben.
I don't know what that was, but to kick us off...
And Brunswick Bowling!
Kick us off, the top 7 this week.
Silence, Henry!
Go back!
But he needs to play...
Back to your lair!
But he needs to play...
Bowling.
There'll be no Brunswick Bowling for you Christmas Eve.
God, just laughing at that. So the top 7 this week, which we always begin with, as you know, was the top 7 things you can do with birds...
Yeah.
In games?
Yeah, birds in games.
I noticed...
Wait, is this a UK article naming birds as in dames, stems?
Correct, it is from the UK.
Can someone give me another British synonym for women?
Bints.
What is it?
Bints.
I
think... Maybe.
But I noticed none of them put their name on it. It says Games Radar UK.
That woo-woo.
And I've done that before where I write something and I'm like, nah, Games Radar
I see the article. It's real birds.
Games Radar US. Yes, the things you do with flying birds in games.
I haven't seen this at all yet.
So,
God, that sounds majestic.
Flying us into number 7.
Number 7.
Launch them.
Was that like on your computer somewhere? Is that something from your hometown?
I had to go dig up some bird sounds.
Bird sounds.
I got a lot of bird sounds.
Hanna-Barbera. My Hanna-Barbera disc has a lot of bird sounds.
Would you believe that this is a bird?
Yes. What kind of bird? Is that Flicky?
That's Pidgeotto from Pokemon. Look, let's not get that confused with Pidgeot.
Your games are horrible.
However, to be fair, that's from 1998. 1996, technically.
Yes, 1998.
More modern Pokemon birds.
Yeah!
That's a little better.
Oh, well. That's much less shrill.
Yes.
God damn it. Every time it's like a lightning bolt goes through one ear to the other.
Yeah.
It's like an anime visual effect.
All right, so number 7
is
things with birds. Launch them as seen in Angry Birds. Yeti Sports.
Oh, I see. Yeti Sports. I played it way too much Yeti Sports. Yeah, when it first came out, like it was all this weird. you weren't really in control all that much, but it was one of those things you could just refresh over and over again and play endlessly and beat small scores. Sort of, for me, the basis of almost all casual games is right here in the fucking Yeti games. This little penguin jumps off the ledge and you wind up your backswing and let go at the right time, which judges the power of your swing and the trajectory of the penguin, and it's ridiculously playable.
I guess then the article just makes a case for launching birds.
Yes. Birds are a very versatile game device.
And look, it's easy to hate on Angry Birds, I guess. You seem to irrationally hate it.
I don't irrationally hate it at all. I played like the whole thing, and then like in one sitting and sort of like, yeah, that was barely okay compared to other iPhone games.
I don't see that's
Cut the Rope is great.
I don't understand that because I have it on Android and I play it fairly often and I still haven't finished it because
I finished the light version.
So many levels in it.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of free updates. They just had a
I don't know, it wasn't all that fun.
I don't love it. I don't get why people hate it.
It was like
I don't have
Peggle with physics, and I got tired of Peggle.
Oh, Peggle, man.
A while. Well, I got tired of Peggle, and it got really fucking hard. And
so you made it past the part where it's just the red birds, right?
Yes. I don't know. It doesn't now.
Did you get the yellow birds, the bomb birds, the
fucking
birds
boom
that shit eggs?
All right.
Explode?
I love the bomb birds are awesome. I love the satisfaction of shattering shit.
I want nothing but bomb birds forever.
Jesus Christ.
However, the boomerang bird's terrible.
Yeah. Oh god, it sucks.
Fucking garbage bird.
Oh, I want to be sitting in that seat right now.
It should just be called garbage bird.
Can't be talking about Angry Birds right now.
Thanks.
Right. So that was shooting down a bird.
So Brett, how many other ways is Angry Birds amazing?
Well, I can't.
Better than Cut the Rope.
I haven't played Cut the Rope.
It's an exquisite experience.
It's not on stupid Android.
I love Cut the Rope. I'm just trying to piss off Chris.
And I just downloaded the new shit for fucking Infinity Blade. Where's my love for Infinity Blade?
I like Infinity Blade. I bought Charlie a giant Angry Bird for his birthday as a gag gift, and you were like legitimately angry about it.
It brings that out in me.
And it was
were you so angry you just wanted to launch yourself into a wall and bring it?
Aren't you just playing right into their hands?
And, oh yeah, crush pigs with the buttresses and yeah, I guess that's how it works. Whoa, let's go to. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't dislike Angry Birds. Just hate that it's like the only game people know, and that there's better games on that platform, which is filled with shitty games that were already like Angry Birds.
Android Marketplace is pretty dismal, so I can see why Android users would really
somebody
care.
was telling me there's ads in the free version on Android, and they're approaching like a couple million in just the ads in the.
There are definitely ads. There are ads in it, but it's. I mean, I don't.
No, but still, it's a phenomenal number as far as like Google unobtrusive Google ads go in a single app. Millions of dollars in ad clicks.
I believe it.
It's ridiculous.
You lie.
So taking us out of number 7 are the geese, but bringing us in to number 6.
Number 6.
I hope there's a variety.
Race them, as seen in Fable 3, Final Fantasy 7, and Shenmue 2.
Mainly Final Fantasy 7.
Yes, the Chocobo races.
Anyone who played through that game will remember spending roughly a third of their time fucking Chocobos.
Yeah.
And making Chocobos fuck.
I did spend a full week of Final Fantasy 7 just breeding Chocobos in the Golden Saucer, which is the song taking us out in this first segment, by the way.
Spoiler.
Spoiler for the end of the first segment. But if you breed the Chocobos, you get different colored Chocobos, and ultimately you get a gold Chocobo who can run over the overworld and traverse all terrain, including the water. And that's the only way you can access the island that contains the most powerful summon in the game, which is Knights of the Round, which is very fucking cool. But it's one of those summons that basically breaks the game, and like you use it once on every boss, and it.
Yeah, but you use it like a dozen times on Sephiroth, so it balances out.
I don't know that. I can't remember, but I don't know if you even have to use it on him multiple times.
I know I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I played it again like a couple years ago, and it's same thing.
Maybe I'm getting it confused with 6, because like Kefka, you can
definitely.
Yeah, Kefka, you can like spoiler. He's the final boss in Final Fantasy.
Come on!
I'm sorry.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
Knights of the Round was like the original like cutscene length summon.
Yes,
thing,
it really is.
It takes for fucking ever, and it does 99.99.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
So yeah, but no, I did spend a full.
Don't abuse a Duke button.
He says Shenmue 2 has duck racing.
I don't know how that would work. No, I think the second game does happen. I can't
tell if that's the bird talking
Yes?
Affleck! I'm gonna guess it is.
He is really running like Affleck / the duck from Babe.
Oh my god, the prospect of a Japanese Gilbert Godfrey really terrifies me.
That's his
Not in the mic.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of amazing. I'm looking at the Ducks racing now.
And Shenmue 2, which I've never played, so I can't comment on it.
Probably never will.
I played it, but I just could not get into it. It just, like, all the flaws of the first one were just writ large, and, like, I think I must have asked people how to get to Wanzai, like, about 50 times.
I think it cost Sega about $1 billion.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'd cost them less if all the conversations were like, excuse me, can you tell me how to get to Wanzai? Wanzai? Yes, Wanzai. Wanzai is over by King's Crossing.
Do you
King's
know
Crossing?
you charge-
Yes, King's Crossing. It's over that way.
You charge voice actors by the word. You're hemorrhaging money just so they can say bullshit.
Hey, love that.
That's a long echo. Oh god, it's still
really
going.
loud today.
Still going. Yeah,
It's really loud.
Everything's kind of loud today. So that's number 6. Number 5, top 7 things you can do with birds in video games.
Number 5.
And taking us out are the crows, and bringing us delightfully into number 5, some cardinals.
That is a nice
It is a nice
bounce back from the murder you just played.
penetrating noise of a cardinal. Number 5 is enjoy them just being there.
This is true.
A great example is Wind Waker. As you're
Love that. Or shoot them.
as you're sailing,
Sometimes they drop rupees.
they just fly right next to your ship. They just fly right next to your ship. Oh, your little boat. Everybody gives Wind Waker a bunch of shit for all the sailing, but really, all the sailing, it's no different.
And all the trekking on foot.
It's like you get the teleport thing not pretty quick, but like no different than any other Zelda. The only difference is you're not riding on the back of a horse; you're riding on a boat.
Yep, and water is just featureless terrain instead of interesting.
The water is, but there's all kinds of stuff happening in the water, and there's islands not marked on the map, and there's little things going on. Like
True.
And for one diversion to bother to be creative with a fucking overworld, I love Wind Waker.
I can't knock it after enjoying just getting the fucking train and Spirit Tracks so much. That song is a lot to do with it.
Yeah. No, yeah, and the same thing in this. The song and sailing in Wind Waker is so good. As for Jet Set
But
Radio,
looking at him, I just started playing Beyond Good and Evil HD, which
Me
we gave
too.
out codes for last week. You should be finding them in your GRPMs right about now. There's a bunch of birds to look at there and take pictures of for money. Wonderful.
For money.
Wonderful.
I did finally start playing that. I downloaded it a few days ago, primarily because I want to fully support the idea of HD remakes.
Especially for games that didn't really get a good, I don't want to say a fair shake. It's got its fair shake, I guess, but...
It didn't get a fair shake, but the sequel...
But it might have better luck finding an audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I just hope it's not that expensive to take an old game and HDify it and sell it for $10, because that seems like, I don't know, resurrect something that didn't do well one time and see how this works.
Yeah, I mean, that's also my guess is that's quite a big game, whereas this first they HD'd all 3 Sly Cooper games.
I know I'll be the first to say this, but
they're all
Citizen
kind
Kane
of-
didn't do well the first time it was released in theaters either.
Oh, really?
Neither did Fantasia or Pinocchio. Yeah. But I got a second chance at life for being repackaged cheaper
tell me
and
more
finding a
about-
new audience. Look, there's a good analogy there somewhere buried.
Tell me more
Right,
about
right.
old Disney movies.
Stop it. I said Citizen Kane.
Anybody enjoy birds just being there?
I'm slightly annoyed that Assassin's Creed isn't here, considering that as long as he's pointing out examples of birds that sit around and fly up, that game is full. Those games are full of them. That they always sit on ledges that you can jump off of
into hay bales.
And they fly away when you get close.
Like these
The
geese.
more you know.
The more you know.
The sound effect is somewhere.
Oh, there's another bird.
Yay!
That's the most important bird.
All right.
Ow!
That's the least important
It
bird.
really sounds like fucking science experiment. Like
It seems like it should be repeated over and over again, and the camera should be going into character space. Like,
that's all.
gross.
That's number 5. Taking us
Out
into
here, number 4.
taking us into number 4.
Number 4.
Top 7 things you can do with birds. Leaving us are the cardinals, which I'm going to leave there, and bringing us into some chatting parrots.
How appropriate, given that the title of this entry.
Is eat them.
Yep.
Up and eat them. Streets of Rage, Wolfenstein 3D, and Final Fight.
Oh my goodness.
You'd believe, as strange as it is, you eat tons of chickens in games. I have no chicken sound effects.
Really?
You know, there's
Yeah.
one in Tekken 3.
Yay!
Oh, the guy just going chicken.
Chicken.
Damn it.
Every time you pick it up.
Fuck, I should have grabbed that.
Oh, well.
Do it again. Maybe that'll be
Chicken.
Chicken. Isolate that playback.
Okay.
Hi.
Damn it, it comes back as Big Bird every time.
Man,
Damn.
there's something about my voice.
That's that. That's Marvel vs. Capcom. Streets of Rage.
Which is Final Fight.
Why?
And he mentions the
were-
Tekken Force thing.
Why were fully prepared chickens on a plate decided as the thing to put on?
I know.
I like that they went to the extra level of, no, it's on a plate.
No, it's sanitary, even though it was underneath an oil barrel.
It's difficult to represent food with very few pixels. So
all right, fucking Captain Science over
fucking
here.
lamb shanks in Castlevania or turkey legs or whatever the hell those are. And then you get roast chicken because you can have it slightly more detailed.
Chicken, other than getting really hungry, I don't know what else to say about eating
you
chicken.
buy any in River City Ransom? I don't know.
Maybe it's time to go to number
There we go.
3 and taking us out of the parrots
More birds.
and swooping us in as a peacock. Wait, he's almost done. He's almost done. Okay. Find and collect them, as seen in Pokemon, Red Dead Redemption, and Condemned.
No love for GTA 4? Killing pigeons?
Shut up, Ben! You're spoiling the entries!
What? Is that an entry?
God damn it.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
So, yes.
Picture of a bird being killed. I hate every justification for bringing that up.
So,
Where is this from?
Pokemans.
That's not Pokemon's.
That's Pidgeot.
Oh, it's
You know Pidgeot. You otherwise know Pidgeot as.
I think I know him as Pidgey.
Oh, that's Pidgey, right? Pidgey evolves into. Whoops, wrong button. You were faking it.
I know I wasn't. I was just bracing myself. I just that bird sound is really.
You like the painting of a Nazi Pidgey teapot that makes absolutely no sense if you're just skimming through looking at the pictures and not reading the text.
Right.
Which you should never do.
What are you talking about? I'm on an iPad. It's built for text.
Read a lot of newspapers on that, do you?
No, but then who reads a lot of newspapers anymore?
Old people with time. That's the thing. That's the
And
weirdest
Kindles.
thing. If I had time, I'd read the paper.
Looking at my dad, like sitting down, like for an hour with his
God, that
coffee and
sounds
breakfast.
great.
Like what? I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. I can't even. I eat breakfast now. I go straight to the dinner table and start working. My girlfriend says goodbye to me. No paper in my life. That's one more fucking thing to throw out. Don't need it.
So Pidgey.
Oh, I do spy once I've enlarged this to where my eyes can see it. Just the word Victorian cock.
Do you?
It's in the article. Bird versus bird pokey battle. Can one still enjoy the thrill of a good old Victorian cockfight? Cockfight. It was on the other line.
So as far as Pokemon go, there's not always, but there's often a new shitty bird Pokemon like Pidgey to take the place.
When I played, I beat and captured about 600,000 Pidgeys in the first level, and I got really tired of fighting him. But I was intentionally grinding, but he was the only one I was encountering.
It sucks. So, like in Diamond and Pro, you got Starly. Along with
Next Pidgey I capture is going to be named Shitbird.
Shitbird! Shittiot.
Shittiot. Man, you are mean. Well, Michael fucking names him asshole and dick fuck and awesome. But about the birds in Red Dead Redemption, I had a problem killing a lot of animals in Red Dead, honestly.
I didn't after I went.
I have too much empathy, I believe.
Where was the place in the northeast where all the animals would hide out? Like only the cougars were, and then everything would kind of kill you if you weren't careful.
Tall trees?
Yes, tall trees. Like once I went there and I started getting murdered by all of these fucking animals, like badgers and bears and cougars.
6 ninja bears that would just appear all the time.
Is there a bear sound effect? Give me a Zangief. He's a bear. Zangief's a bear.
Oh, wait.
No.
But he's being carried away by geese. He's very happy about it.
I'd never intentionally hurt an animal in real life, but I've always thought that I have a problem with hurting animals in this game. It's kind of silly because either it's a game or it's not.
Yeah.
No, I know, but it's just like when they're, I don't know, because they're not doing anything. They're literally animals in the wild, and I just have an inherent thing of like, look, I don't go into your house and kick you in the nuts. And
you know what else I'd never do in a game? Buy the Parthenon. And I did in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
But if you had to kick 12 people in the nuts in order to get a really cool coat...
That's right.
Would you do it?
I have no problem, because the person probably did something wrong.
Oh,
the animal is above morality.
3 words.
Or below.
Pelts.
Comma?
I could say pelts again if that would please you. Pelts.
All right.
Pelts.
That's enough about number whatever it was.
Gotta have the pelts.
Number
I think that
2.
was 5 words.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Leaving the peacocks.
That's peacocking a little bit.
Oh man,
Loop that forever.
That was
Really?
that was in the back.
Keep
of
it
my
going. Keep
backyard.
it going.
No, hang on.
Put a backbeat behind it.
I haven't heard that in years. In my backyard, there were tons of peacocks. All
I
the
had a
time.
run-in with a peacock once. It was very beautiful. I was trying to apply for a photography job, and I went out to this guy's estate.
You wanted to be Peter Parker.
And maybe, oh my god,
Elston, these pictures are shit, but you're good. You're good, Elston.
300 crap, mega crap. So yeah, I go out to this guy's fucking estate in the middle of Southern Illinois, and like I'm walking, like knocking on the door. No one's answering the door. No one's coming anywhere. And all of a sudden, I literally hear. I turn around, there's a peacock, full bloom. Like, do they attack when I do this? Is they gonna try to fuck me? Like, what happens? Then finally, someone opens the door, and then
Peacock.
and then apparently I sat down with the guy. I barely remember this. I sat down with the guy who runs the photo studio, and he didn't even ever remember talking to me on the phone to ask me to come out there.
No.
And then as I'm being ushered out the door, the person's like, someone else is like, yeah, I think he's getting Alzheimer's, and he doesn't really remember anything, so... And I just left, like, okay.
Just say you're Annie Leibovitz. You don't remember. Did I tell you about the story? I like the same thing, but it was a different animal. Just walk in this girl's house, sit on her. A couple of my friends walk in this girl's house in the middle of the day, sit on the couch, feel something on my shoulder, like something loosely rubbing my shirt. Turn around, moose. It's a big moose in the house. It's a big fucking moose in the house, and it's they had this moose that it was like the primary moose used in commercials, and he was so domesticated he walked into the house that thinks someone
chew on shoulders.
He didn't chew it. He was just saying hi. He was like gumming my shoulder like hello.
Hi,
I'm a moose.
Like a moose.
That's not a moose.
One of my first apartments in the Bay Area, there's somebody who lived nearby who either had peacocks as pets, I guess, and either they just let them run out wherever, or they just escape frequently. Because after I'd been living there for a couple months, I remember leaving for work and just like walking out the door, and all of a sudden, this fucking peacock just blasts across the path in front of me. And just disappears around a corner. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
I just saw the 30 Rock with the peacock in it, where Jack Donaghy thinks the spirit of I don't want to spoil who he thinks the spirit of might be trapped inside of it,
Probably
but
like the second season.
No, the fourth season. It's one of the most recent episodes.
I don't even remember.
Liz Lemon after she dies.
After she dies, but it's so great. He's just like this peacock, and you managed to the way they filmed the peacock. Anyway, no, not number 1. Two is harness their being birds movement for transportation, such as chocobos, or Secret of Monkey Island, Banjo-Kazooie. Don't have any Kazooie sound effects, sadly. And I'll follow that up with that. And
right, good Kazooie.
Sure.
Yay!
More big.
They do point out the fact that, like, if a wild bird is big enough to carry the weight of a man through the sky, that bird is probably big enough to resist the man.
Are dragons birds?
No, lizards.
Are you sure?
Yes,
They're lizards.
they're lizards.
What about the opening of Jurassic Park? Dinosaurs are birds.
Clever girls.
Dinosaurs are birds. That's what Sam Neill was trying to say.
Well, you stood on the shoulders of great people,
Yes.
and now you put it on a lunchbox, and now you're selling it.
And then
you're selling it.
Thought to stop to think you should.
And the rape of the natural world.
Yeah.
Well, chocobos are like horse
you.
chickens.
All business. Horse chicken.
Yes.
Hickens.
Hickens.
Which was the name of my teacher in 6th grade.
Or ostriches or emus.
Dr. Hickens
Yeah, but
was a bird horse.
They're birds that are the size of horses that
Jesus
have the
Christ!
temperament of chickens.
Holy fuck!
What?
God
Let
damn
Cheryl
it.
in.
I think Cheryl wants to be in the podcast.
Shit, she was just...
Cheryl, bring a chair. Bring a chair.
God, that actually gave me chills.
Why, are we just peering in?
God.
Say something into that mic, Cheryl.
It was just...
Hi, everybody.
You were just a
Hi,
floating
Cheryl.
head, and I looked over and I did a double take, and like that shit in a movie when something really scares you,
We're still in the top 7. Are you going to stick around?
Damn it.
Or are you just coming to say hi?
I can stick around if you want.
Ooh,
There are no more chairs in here.
It's hot.
There will be in a second.
Really hot.
We're going to open up the doors. Let's just finish the top 7. Cheryl, we're talking about birds you can ride. Birds you can ride. No, I didn't say that with a Michael Caine accent. I'm talking about actual animal birds.
Animal birds.
No,
But it was done by the UK, so who knows?
I know.
Did you talk about Joust already? Does Joust count?
Joust! Oh, God! Mind blown. I love Joust.
Joust is really good. That's
love
actually
Joust.
one of the first games I reviewed for XBLA.
It was the closest I've been to buying an arcade machine when I really shouldn't have. Like $300 on my allowance. I was making $4 an hour at McDonald's as I was kicked out of school.
What, in the 70s?
Yeah, I know. I feel really fucking old now.
I remember I fucking loved that game up until the point I finally realized how I was supposed to play it. And that you have to just
Bouncing in the corner?
Well, you just have to take enemies from above. Like, you can't just fly at them.
No,
and
never.
Suicide charge.
No, never. That's not how the game is played.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Chris, I saw that you saw a Street Fighter Champion Edition arcade cabinet over the weekend.
I know. I didn't.
I was willing to split this.
I couldn't believe that it was outside and everything. It didn't look good.
Right. That's.
But at a price, I would love. What would you, Cheryl? Buying an arcade cabinet, maybe turning it into a kick-ass shelf or something like that. Like,
why would you buy an arcade cabinet and turn it into a shelf?
I don't know. I was
that
asking
defeats the whole
someone,
purpose.
but you do turn a lot of nothings into something.
Yeah.
So there's
But
got to be
wouldn't-
something I could do with an old arcade cabinet. I'm thinking.
You mean it doesn't work anymore, and you just?
I can't. One, I don't know if it works. Two, I don't know if I want to maintain it and upkeep it. But I do love the cabinet. I love that it says new features and then just points at Balrog.
Balrog, yes. Which I have a sound of.
Yes.
Technically is
All right,
Balrog.
Japanese Balrog.
Fish tank.
The fish tank.
Yeah.
Ooh, a fish tank.
Wow, that's
Little
actually,
Street Fighter characters at the bottom.
Wow, this is actually a really good idea.
Oh,
You can bring it in here.
oh my goodness, that sounds amazing.
You know what else sounds amazing that we've decided? The geese.
Pretty much.
We keep,
So, what you're telling me the UK didn't include Joust in the top 7?
no.
Cheryl, I can't believe you. Look,
I love Joust.
I love Joust. I played so much
I
Joust.
love Joust.
I played Joust so much in the NES and in the arcades.
I don't know if they got it over there.
Oh my
I
god.
think so.
Might
I
have
bet
been
they
too
did.
busy
It
playing
was-
Spectrum.
I'm sorry, UK.
It was called Les Juste, I believe.
It was called fancy tithering, or something like that.
It was called Bird Tariff.
Well, what's number one else? That's
Well, hang on. Taking us out of number 2 was the peacock. And bringing us in the number 1.
Jesus!
Ouch.
Poppy!
Uh-oh, Chris, it's number 1. What the fuck is
Stop it, Elson!
I want you to really listen to the hawk, though. Listen to how long he sustains this beautiful note. Yeah. All right. So number 1 is kill them.
Kill birds. That's the number one thing to do with birds in games. You kill them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Here it is, the GTA 4, where you kill
Yes,
them.
you kill 100
Kill them for
birds.
points, money, respect.
Especially in ninja games. In 8-bit
Move all the way-
side-scrollings where they just sort of sit there in midair and you have to jump and
It's
slash.
true.
I move all the way across massive ocean to shoot birds.
What the fuck is it about the ninja genre where you're constantly battling birds? Was there
true.
trained birds and
I guess you need something that provides a challenge.
Well, like, am I...
And if anybody who's played Karateka can attest that
Cheryl.
the bird in that fucking game is horrifying. Fuck that bird.
The Ninja Gaiden birds in the NES games, I identified with it because we have a kind of a mockingbird problem back home, and the mockingbirds will make nests and push other birds out. What you call your desirable birds, like your blue jays or your cardinals, maybe your canaries.
Desirable, sexy birds.
Well,
your blue-footed boobies and all that.
you don't want a bunch of barn swallows taking up residence in your yard.
Hate those guys.
Absolutely not. I'm not.
So, what you get, the problem is the mockingbirds come move all the other birds out. But then those mockingbirds is mean. They will dive at you, and they will. We'd have news reports, people on sidewalks getting dive bombed by birds. Tired of that. But no,
did
they
that
would
for a
fucking
long time.
like. I would come out like and just. I'm a 6-year-old boy. Gonna play in my fuck and just like and like fucking serious, just. Mockingbirds. So when I put Ninja Gaiden, I'm like, yeah, fuck you, stupid. I would go up and shake the nest and all the, like, fucking dive. All these birds would come flying out of it, and swoop around.
I
terrible.
I think
no reaction. Why? That's not exciting.
I was waiting for my own anecdote. I may have told that story already. I was staying at a friend's house. It was a very low point in my life. I'm sleeping until like 8 o'clock at night, waking up.
Oh, boy.
There's this bird that constantly attacks me, so we get hammered one night, and we're like, we're going to buy like fucking 8 dozen eggs and a BB gun. Like, a hand BB gun, and we're going to have a gay old time, because it's all we can afford to do right now. I have no job. This bird just kept dive bombing me. It was in the nest in a small tree next to my front door. So every time I'd go to my front door, this bird would fucking attack me. And I just, I got this pellet gun out, and it was the one time I'm like awake in daylight, and I'm just, it's just like a spring-loaded pellet gun. And then I realized I'm like right next to like a 6-lane road, running around, yelling and firing a gun at nothing, at what looks like nothing in the air. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll close that out with Birdman. No, that'll be the end of my
not man. Just bird.
You didn't get man? That's
no,
right.
It's like a, I don't know, it's like pulling out right before you're done.
The Metal Gear Solid 2, you birds.
There's no man!
Cheryl, blow our minds with another bird that you kill.
Oh.
Bang.
I don't think I... Sorry, I tapped out with jousting. That was my golden moment.
Duck hunt.
Oh, yeah. You can't kill... Oh, it's right. I'm thinking of the dog. Sorry.
Yes, say duck hunt.
Huh?
Say the duck hunt.
Duck hunt.
Okay.
Careful.
We were... the internet discovered
the
then.
arcade version.
What's up?
You can shoot the dog in the arcade version.
Oh, really?
Kill the
Yes.
dog.
Oh.
Or does it just register a hit?
Well, I think he comes up in blackface or something.
Jesus, what?
That's great.
And yes.
It's like, cartoon shot in the face sort of a thing.
Yes. And then the splash of Spanky and Alfalfa close out the whole game.
Yep.
Clang. I believe that's the
Right,
top
you've gone
7.
mad with power. But it's always nice not to sit here. But I should say I've been on that At Gamers podcast a lot. I might be on this Friday, and that's always fun. So go listen to that.
That was the top
7. Fine.
Whoops. That was the top. Close enough.
Cheryl might sit around just long enough to tell me how much she likes Dragon Age 2.
Okay.
Even if she hasn't played it.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. I just want to hear you talk
It's
about
all
it. I don't know
speculative
anything about
discussion.
it.
I didn't know if you wanted to, since this is a different sized podcast.
Yes.
Is the politically correct way to call it. Yes. If we wanted to do anything else in this segment or save anything for this
Let's just save it for this.
All right, that was the top 7.
Top
So
7.
taking us out is a Screaming Hawk.
Still trying to get computers and equipment together. Brett, what's the song?
Oh, taking us out is the song from the Golden Saucer, which in Final Fantasy VII is where you raise and breed all your chocobos. So take us out.
In Total War Shogun 2, conquer 16th century Japan by leading massive samurai armies and fleets of warships into sweeping real-time battle. 10 warlords strive for supremacy, but only one will become shogun. Download the Total War Shogun 2 demo today on Steam.
Alright, you Contra bastards? Or are we the Contras? I never got that.
I'm back!
Blue Pants, you're alive?
I guess so. Maybe we're immortal.
Let's find out!
Groundhog Day, if you want to kill me, put your hand!
Low hand, high hand, and poke in the paper.
Hey, check it out, give me a hand. Oh, boom on your helmet.
Do the Egyptian.
Man. Running as fast as I can.
Whoa, Spice!
Hey, how you doing?
Excuse me, soldier. I was wondering if
Check
you
out
could
your
wait.
face.
Oh, yeah!
Diggity.
Ballsville!
Oh, your pellet hurt me.
Well, shoot that one.
Oh.
And that one explodes. The
Oh,
other one
and then-
explodes. And we're left with... Oh, look, what are we rolling with self-destructive?
Go
Contra!
Hey, check it out. Oh, is this a message in a bottle? Oh, no, a grenade. Oh, grab the kids. What are we going to... Wait a minute, I'm immortal, f***ers.
Straight to hell! What? No! What kind of sick f*** gives a man exactly 30 lives?
TalkRadar. This show am good.
Too high. Basically, just gotta lean back.
There you
like
go.
this.
Look at that. You look like a regular Glenn Beck over there.
He has a wired mic.
Whatever.
Wireless.
Not on his radio show.
His radio show.
As an expert of Glenn Beck's radio show, I would like to proclaim that America is doomed.
The French.
And TalkRadar segment 2.
Segment 2 continues.
Yes.
No more birds.
The call of the geese.
No more birds.
Did you play the Birdemic theme at
Oh
all?
no, but I've seen Birdemic.
Oh, you have?
Yes, I saw it in the theater with the director.
Oh my god.
It was not a good movie.
That easy.
It wasn't even like entertaining.
No, Birdemic is like
you can't intentionally make a bad.
No,
movie.
it was like intentionally trying to do the room situation.
Oh, okay.
So the director was there like, and whatever. I two of those were at me legitimately trying to start a sentence and failing.
Really?
Yes.
Right.
I'm not bamboozled by liquids. I'm just.
No, you just sounded like a South Park mob member. Rubber.
But yeah, the director it was just very clear. Like scenes would begin with everyone on cue points and stay there for like 3 seconds, and then people would start walking, and like wires hanging around and boom mics. It was fun to watch because it was silly. Well, the best part was how it's called Birdemic,
right?
And it's supposed to be about a bunch of birds going nuts and killing everybody. Like that's what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first. I swear 60 minutes of the movie are a very like sincere story of a guy getting a new job. He wants to impress this. He meets a girl he likes. He tries to get her to notice him. Takes her out to dinner. This is over the course of the whole you introduce the character, you introduce her, you introduce their jobs, you introduce their relationship. They go on a date. The date goes well. They go back to a hotel. Their friends show up. They have a whole thing with their friends.
Fucking birds kill them. What? No?
Fades to black. You're an hour into the movie.
Ugh.
Jeez.
Comes back up, birds everywhere, and and that's the best part. Like, there's no explanation at all. It's just next scene, birds killing everyone. Like, birds are dive bombing gas stations, and the gas stations are exploding.
Was it all kinds of birds? Were there like
oh, it was all kinds of birds.
Chickens
well, that's
and stuff?
exciting.
It was a silly, stupid movie worth seeing once.
I don't like.
My favorite part.
I don't like fucking feature length irony.
Yeah, that was kind of the problem.
Make a sincere movie and then allow us, the public, to gauge whether it's bad or not.
Yes.
That's how Tommy Wiseau does it.
Yeah. My favorite part of the whole movie was Rich, one of my friends who's
Rich.
Good old Rich. He I don't know, he has no shame about just saying anything out loud and yelling it. So like when the movie starts and the director's like, and I know you just want you to all have fun and have some drinks and any other substances you might be on. And Rich just under his breath like weed. Everybody laughs. It was a good time.
Everybody raised.
That's wrong, though. That's illegal.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean,
you should
Jokes
never.
are bad.
the police.
There's a movie on Netflix I became obsessed with,
Even
which
though
is
it's on the docket to
a
possibly
sincerely
be illegal.
bad movie. I was tweeting all about it, but Dan Aykroyd Unplugged on UFOs.
I watched it last night.
It's one of the most fantastic documentaries.
I love it.
Isn't it great? The opening, if Einstein said that UFOs were real,
Wouldn't we believe it?
would we believe him? And then boom, Ghostbuster, like telling us all about UFOs.
No, I love it because he's not joking. Like but he doesn't come off as a crackpot either.
No,
he's like.
I think he states like this is just entertaining. I think this is very entertaining, so that's why I look into it. But the other guy is total like loose change conspiracy theory, using all this stock footage, and like his only fucking evidence is a Ghostbuster, and that's hysterical.
It's on Netflix right
It's on
now.
Netflix, and I believe Google Video. So
Oh,
the
even
whole
better.
thing on Google Video.
Google, just stop.
What new releases?
New releases this week.
I saw some
have a new-
Torchlight.
I have a new releases sound effect.
Do you? Not queued up though.
Yes. No, that's all it is.
I saw Torchlight came out.
Yes.
I saw
Pokemon Black and White technically came out this week.
Technically came out this week.
Speaking of Pokemans,
Yeah, that was ow.
Found the bottle opener.
Hey, there it is.
Contraband is rescued, and I ruined the podcast by hitting the mic with it.
Amateur.
Exactly. Sorry, Cheryl. But we haven't had Cheryl on in a while, and Dragon Age.
Dragon Age 2 is out this week.
Yes, it is.
You just jumped up the other day and asked where the fuck is Dragon Age 2 or something like that, and I just hadn't seen you that excited about a game in a long time.
It's not that I'm excited. I played the first one almost all the way. I'm almost at the very end, and it's like I probably have another 15 minutes of the game, but it's the final battle where everything jumps up in difficulty by 15 feet or something like that. And so I just haven't gotten to the end, and so now I'm like,
I was thinking of Fable. You played all the way through Fable, like immediately.
Well, because I was sick that weekend.
I know.
So it actually worked out. But yeah, so now Dragon Age 2 is out, and of course, like a bunch of people that I follow on Twitter are like, oh my god, Dragon Age, fapping away and shit like that. And
however, we are not doing a FAP of Dragon Age 2.
I think that would be
it'd be
supremely
really
uninteresting.
Nothing could get through the first cutscene.
Well, it takes people have been talking about how it took them an hour to create their character, which I understand because
I can see
there's
that.
so many options.
Well, it's like Oblivion. You're like, you're going to have to deal with this for 100 hours or something.
What happened to Sir Beardface, who's on like everything?
I think he might be the default.
He's like Commander Shepard.
Sir Beardface?
Maybe.
Talanagata's not here, but he was talking. He loves Dragon Age.
Yes.
And he claims that, do you like Mass Effect? I'm like, yeah, I'm just not a Mass Effect expert. I haven't played through all of any of the games. It's like dialogue in Dragon Age is way more meaningful and powerful than it is in Mass Effect.
I've heard the exact opposite.
That's what he said.
I've heard the opposite.
Yeah.
Complete
But
opposite.
Talanagata doesn't make brash statements like that ever.
Right.
Like that's really what he thinks.
Maybe it's just a sense of perspective, because Mass Effect is essentially a space opera, right?
Yeah.
And if you're into that kind of that whole genre and that theme,
which I am.
then you'd be way more into it. Dragon Age is obviously sirs and kings and lords and ladies and all of this shit.
Kind of lame.
Swords and sandals.
It's all right,
sandals.
but it
magic.
It felt wooden to me. I played through. I played through most of Dragon Age, but it got to the point where I just didn't want to do side quests anymore. I just wanted to finish the damn game just to finish it.
But the same improvements Mass Effect 2 made over 1. Imagine how that might translate to Dragon Age 2.
I'm hearing that it's the battle system is a lot, or the fighting system is a lot faster in Dragon Age 2.
Anything would be better than the way the 360 and PS3.
Yeah.
The console versions of Dragon Age 1, that was one of the things you and I, Chris, saw at E3. They pulled us to the side, and we saw in this
Dragon Age?
Yeah, this narrow hallway.
Yeah, I remember you guys saying it sucked.
It looked fucking
It
terrible.
looked like garbage.
It looked terrible.
And the HUD, which is that circle radial menu, and I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
I love Mass Effect, and Mass Effect 2 I love even more. And I love BioWare in general. KOTOR 1 and 2, big BioWare fan.
They showed us the demo.
But Dragon Age, the console ones.
It's the two teams weren't even talking to each other.
No, it's we didn't learn anything from
to
you.
heal one person in your party, you have to go 2 menus deep.
Boring.
Yeah.
To heal?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Unacceptable?
That is the opposite of.
Remember we played a little bit of that in dungeon, man, this would be great with the keyboard. And then we saw that demo so deep below a hotel that none of our phones worked.
Yes.
One E3, and that one looked oh my god, that's a complete PC game. Everybody has a selectable circle around them and that kind of shit. I wish it would have fucking played the game.
No, the PC one I'm sure is totally good.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's what Tyler played, right?
The
Tyler
HUD
played
is
the PC
not
version, and he played the console version, and he was mad about transferring the score over to the consoles. He's like, fuck that.
Well, he should have rated it different. I don't know.
Well, it just he was up like all night, like trying to play through multiple characters of Dragon Age on the PC. I mean, in some cases, and we were in a place for a while where that didn't matter much. Like people seem to be able to make that jump from PC to consoles fairly easily. Very weird.
Yeah, 2 especially, and it seems like they did this with Dragon Age 2. Mass Effect 2 and Dragon Age 2 both seem to be, let's try to split the difference a little more between the console and PC version. Whereas like Dragon Age 1, it was like, no, the PC version is clearly better.
Right.
And it seems like they were not dumbing it down, because that's a popular phrase PC nerds keep using. Is like, they're dumbing my game down. No,
that thing they were showing us underneath, like there's
Equilibrium.
no way you'll be able to do. There's no way you'll be able to do that. That is a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, I was like, what is that? Are we by the ocean?
No, I think. Oh no,
it's here too late.
We're going back in time.
Recording the daytime because we have too much to do. Proximity humor. We're going back. Now I'm back.
It's fun, right?
And I came with the scream of a hawk.
Which will be a weapon in Dragon Age 2. I will say, without having read any previews.
No, that's
Thanks,
DLC.
Chris.
It's $3.
$3.
Now, Homefront is not out this week, but so we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it next week. But like, you did play. What is that? Are we still picking up the vacuum?
I swear we are.
All right, enjoy, people, enjoy. Oh, he's right outside the door. I see.
Okay, got it.
All right,
we soundproof the ceiling.
He has a vacuum backpack.
I know, it looks like a proton.
It's a proton pack. The first time I saw one of those was in high school, and like I grabbed everyone I knew. Like,
have you seen these Mexican Ghostbusters?
No, it was. Oh, my headphones! It was one of those. Surely everyone did this. Fuck! These contemptible head
Yes, everyone did fuck, Brett.
I don't think everybody
It was
did.
junior year.
It's about time. But I was too into Iron Man toys to really bother. It's a little too true. But I think something everybody did in high school was that you fake a reason to go into the hall, and then you try to find a way to pull as many friends as you can out of their class by faking some, the principal asked you to come to and the right teacher, that'll work, because they're like, fine. You can always pick out the teacher that has a very weak will, that you're like, sure.
Where's your note?
Yeah,
Where's your note?
I shit it. I've lost it. Fine, whatever. Just be back before the bell
Don't
rings.
interrupt my classic without a note.
Yes.
Again, young Elston.
Young
Master Elston.
So formal in my high school.
Or you shall get the crop once more.
Did you go to Hogwarts?
I'm really getting distracted by the Metacritic ads. It's a naked man and then a very skinny girl with the top on, and I'm really having trouble concentrating here. Especially with this.
You ever boner so big you could taste it?
No, but not for the lack of trying. But no, that thing where you would try to pull as many people out of a class and be like, when I saw that proton pack janitor, I was like, oh my god. And like, no, you have to. Like standing. Yeah, like that thing where you're standing in a hall out of sight of the teacher, but in the doorway so that the class can see you. And I'm like, come here, just pretend you gotta do anything. Because this is before text messages and phones that could do that. Like, you had to be there to tell. This is clearly interesting.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Something about Homefront.
Homefront. No, we're not.
Homefront.
Michael's going to talk about anything. He played the Assassin's Creed DLC.
Yes, I did, and I put up a review about it. Yeah.
What did the review get? I didn't see it.
It got an 8.
An 8?
Yeah, it's it adds a couple multiplayer modes. It adds 8 story missions. And it's well worth the $10.
Fuck, we were trying to see. Tyler's working on the PC one now. If the DLC comes with the PC one, he seemed to think it might.
It does. Well, I told him it might because I read that somewhere, but I may be wrong. But we'll see.
I don't know what I have tried to play Assassin's Creed Brotherhood online, and it has never worked on Xbox Live. Like, it always has sat there installed and then disconnected me. That was like right when the game came out, so I just never played it again. I never tried the downloadable stuff again.
Interesting.
But
I'm also working on an achievements guide for it, so keep an eye out for that.
What'd you think of it? What is it? Da Vinci disappearance? Is he?
Yeah,
I've looked over randomly and seen you scanning paintings for microchips. They didn't have microchips back in the Renaissance.
They're not actually microchips. What it is
I'll be the judge of that.
Da Vinci has hidden clues to his location in various paintings as tiny invisible ink drawings.
The moon.
And so you have to use Ezio's eagle vision to spot them. And then once you've spotted them all, and I put up a guide specifically about this because it's like you have to do it in under 5 minutes, and that can be kind of a pain.
Or it's free.
Right, yeah. Well, in order to get 100% sync. So I'm explaining this wonderfully, aren't I? But after you scan the paintings and find all these images, you then have to arrange them on a grid into a map that shows where Da Vinci is.
He wasn't in Brotherhood.
It's two kinds of puzzles. Yeah, he was. He just had a very small.
I didn't even see him. I love the Da Vinci character in 2.
He shows up, and
how much liberty did they take with Da Vinci's character? Is he a video game character?
I don't think people
misrepresented by a video game, Michael.
I have no idea.
He's a very.
They make it pretty clear he's gay, and the real Leonardo is supposed to have been into boys.
He's the leader of the group, transformed from the norm by the nuclear goop.
That was Raphael. Exuberant. I really liked this character. He seemed like he seemed to look like a young Russell Crowe. Like, oh, get in here, Ezio. I got all this cool stuff to see.
How are you
fighting around the world?
Pick up that corpse and bring it over here.
Why is everyone from the same country in Russia? What?
New code.
It's Italian Russia. Hey guys, I played the new Fable DLC. Oh my god.
Tell me about it, Cheryl. Cheryl, back on.
Anyone who played something, talk. Please.
I just brain farted on what the name is, but it's actually pretty good. Like, their first DLC was shit. Mm-hmm. I think I gave it like a 6 or a 5 or something like that. But this is like probably like an 8 or 9.
An 8 or 9?
Yeah, it's like it actually has a pretty solid story that's and it's fairly challenging, and it doesn't feel like a throwaway. It feels like they actually put some effort into it.
Do we know how much it is?
I don't.
Probably like $8 to $10.
Probably. It's pretty meaty.
It's 560 Microsoft points.
How much is that?
That's even cheaper, I think.
It's like $7.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would say it's worth it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
I played Beyond Good and Evil HD.
That's what I started playing because over the weekend I discovered and then got all 200 achievement points in Pac-Man Championship Edition DX, which is fucking brilliant. Oh my god, like I was playing it at first like a regular Pac-Man game, like this is what? And then Carolyn just goes, no, you have to get them all to follow you like a conga line and then turn around and eat them all. And this whole world just opened up to me. And
that's a Pac-Man strategy.
No, but like this is to an extreme that is ridiculous. And then I was like, oh, and just spent I worked all fucking weekend with the Pokedex, but the few hours I had, which is all it takes to get all 200 points. So if you want to get a full max out your points, I'm sorry, Chris, tell me about Beyond Good and Evil.
I'm looking at Michael's computer and he's looking at all the Angry Birds, and I just find that irritating.
There's a chart of them ranked by likability. Surprisingly, the bomb is at the top. The bomb is at the top and the boomerang is at the bottom.
I'm so upset!
Wow, where did all this stuff come from?
God, all this debris!
Oh man, since when have we had a scrap metal dump in here?
Fucking metal, God! There's like shards of shrapnel in my legs.
I don't have my...
you may never be able to walk now,
I can't do it.
Now with just 2 soda bottles.
That is proof of contraband. Bottles. Cannot do that. No, I played Beyond Good and Evil HD. Did you not like it?
No, I do. I'm actually enjoying it because I passed on the original because it came out in 2003, the same fall as Prince of Persia and a number of other games.
It has a lot of that antiquated high-end from 2003 kind of...
It really does. But
stuff, but for $10, it's
$10.
Fucking beautiful.
It's gorgeous, and
it's become beautiful again.
No, like playing through the Sly Cooper collection, like that literally is like. I wish these companies realize this. That's all you have to do is make it in HD. I'll give you money for it again, you idiots.
Make it in HD. Add trophies and
achievements.
I didn't know that. I will fucking. We were all looking for an excuse to play those things.
Yes,
again, but trophies and achievements have made it so that playing old games feels like we're wasting time.
Yes,
but if you give us those, we will fucking buy it.
Yes, I'm fine. I am going to play through BG&E because
I hope it wasn't a difficult process because I'm having such a fucking great time.
Because I was thinking about downloading it too, but then
pretty cool.
Is it worth it? Because I know they're coming out with it too, right? Like,
well, they're sort of nebulous, maybe.
Okay.
Like all the people working that are working on other games at the moment, and
I like it because Paige is actually a lot of fun as an AI partner.
I have never seen another game that looks like that of this generation that isn't made by Double Fine, and since they're only making DLC titles for the most part, like there's nothing I've ever seen that charming and that rich and that original.
Like right away.
Like immediately. Yeah. Like you're just I'm hanging out with different species on a planet you're not familiar with, and here's a bunch of weird looking cars. Like everything is so fucking real.
My only problem with it so far is like that combat's kind of bad.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, her run animations are old. They're antiquated. Like, I just posted a picture of, like, I backed up against a wall and went through her fucking face and, like, saw the inside of her jaw, and it was horrible. And I couldn't get out of there. There's a bunch of terrible stuff like that, but all stuff that can be forgiven for $10 for playing a very, very, very great game.
No, I've been... And the soundtrack, which... I'm a big game music nerd, and I don't listen to every single thing, especially when it's just like an orchestrated soundtrack. I just kind of like gloss over it. Like, I'm sure the Dungeon Siege soundtrack is great, guys, but fucking
like the
boring.
Rhinoceri?
Yes, they're fucking Jamaican rhinoceros.
Are Jamaican? They're Jamaican.
At the Mama Go Garage.
The Mama Go Garage. The Lordy mercy.
But like all the music in that game is beautiful. It really is good. Like,
and there was that story of Ubisoft posts Beyond Good and Evil soundtrack for free. No.
It's always been free.
It's been there forever, and I traced it back, and it comes back to Nintendo. Nintendo, as a freebie, gave away the Beyond Good and Evil soundtrack. And that's so hard to believe. Nintendo, Beyond Good and Evil, as a freebie.
For a while, Beyond Good and Evil was a free game in cereal.
Yeah. Wow.
Like, why they would...
You can see, but I can
see how badly it's sold. That's how much overstock.
No, I know, but like thinking back on it, it's like, wait, no, Ubi, in 2003. And this speaks to me as a bigger problem of the games industry in general, because records are so sparse, even back to the 90s. Like, how much did that game sell? There's no way to know, man. All those people are gone, and that's a Japanese company, and who the fuck knows?
I don't know. Nintendo Power said something.
Yeah, and it's like really, like, sports data goes back to the fucking teens and 20s, and, like, they can give you any fucking arcane knowledge of any time anyone swung a bat in the country. There's a record of it. There's fucking stats of me throwing a ball in my backyard.
But they Doubleday's dick size.
But they couldn't tell you, like, 1987, this game launched. What day did it actually come out? No idea. It was the summer of 87.
Well,
couldn't know.
It depends, because Woolworths wasn't open on
Yes,
Sunday.
exactly. Like, all this weird shit. And by 2003, Ubisoft still didn't have enough sense to go, should we put out Prince of Persia and Beyond Good and Evil in the same fall? Yes, that's two good games.
It was weeks apart. It was weeks apart.
It's the same fall time period.
Prince of Persia and Beyond Good and Evil and Metal Arms Glitch in the System. Yeah. I think that was theirs.
No, I don't think it was.
Well, I think Sphinx.
Sphinx.
The mummy game that was actually kind of cute.
You make me question my own judgment, Michael.
But it was just that whole fall of 03.
It was like not getting the haircut club. Everybody got a haircut when I was gone.
Did you look at my hair?
Did you get a haircut too?
Did you not get the memos?
If I got a haircut, what was it like before?
Yeah, I don't fucking. I can't tell by your hair. It all depends on when you washed it. Like Henry got a haircut.
I watched it recently.
Oh right, Metal Arms was Sierra, which doesn't exist anymore.
But you were thinking French, I guess, so that almost works.
Yeah.
They didn't fix a lot. Like, you can't call it a remake because they didn't fix things that you would expect from a game of this era.
Well, yeah, it's just a lot of arcade.
Like, I'm going to save a game. Well, you're going to have to walk over to the system, pull out your save disc.
Yeah.
You're going to have to watch an animation of her putting in the save disc, and then the save disc tray has to go into the machine because they animated it that way.
Yes.
And like that, like they didn't change anything. Yeah. They just optimized it for new TVs, and that's okay with me. I do feel like I'm playing the older game that I knew I always should finish. And I feel good about it.
Fable 3 Trader's Keep.
Trader's Keep?
Yes.
Trader's Keep.
Traitor.
Traitor's Keep.
Yes.
Traitor's Keep.
I would have played You are on fire. I don't want to do this anymore.
Hopefully by the time you guys listen to this, my review will be out.
Ooh!
We're trying to get a review of Dead Space 2's Severed DLC, but
Henry really wanted to do it.
I don't think we ever got any codes, and by now it's a week old.
Oh, that's right.
I do know Severed, it stars 2 characters from Dead Space Extraction, which I just finished again on PS3, because it came with
a lot of time.
The collector's edition came with that. I still really like Extraction. There's definitely parts that drag, and the actual shooting gameplay there's really some shitty bosses in that game, but like the story it tells, I really fucking like it. Like it's on PSN, so if you have access to it, just fucking get it. If you like Dead Space and you want to know more about the story, that's like one of the few spin-off things that is worthwhile. It tells a really concise story with these characters. It's always intense and in their face. Really good emotions. I don't know.
All right.
I enjoyed it. Ass Kicking Jedi on YouTube posted this clip of NCIS.
How the fuck did I not get that name?
S.
It opened the show, I believe.
Oh, well then why should I bother playing
No,
it?
I want to hear it. It's
I just wanted everyone to... So NCIS and CSI and all that shit, they make the dumbest fucking video game references and jokes and just completely... Almost to the point where it's like, that was intentional, wasn't it? You're trying to sound completely clueless. And this was a clip that was recently posted about a guy talking to a girl, And he suddenly
The
realizes...
girl is really into games.
The girl is really into games, and the guy suddenly realizes, oh my god, you are... And the music as well is pretty great.
Yeah, Silk Stalker.
You hold the high score in virtually every massively multiplayer online role-playing game.
Thanks for saying the whole thing.
High score.
I hope there's a lot of lives, too.
Yeah.
That is just a combination of two buzzwords.
So, what's the high score in WoW?
It's the ultimate high score in WoW, I believe.
Is it 80 or
It's
90?
80.
Is
It's
it 90 now or is it 80?
I think it's still 80.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's approaching a modern video game with a 1980s mindset as well.
Yes.
That was written by someone who the last game they played was Pac-Man.
How many lives is your multi?
And they only played it because their girlfriend was into it in 1983.
How many men, I believe, is the correct term.
And their girlfriend was 40 years younger than they were at the time.
It goes on.
You single-handedly killed the entire skank horde from Isle of Cardias and Blood Fun 6.
Blood Fun 6.
Blood Fun.
Horde.
And now
Skank horse.
Right up there with Killzone
Sure,
and
was that your own
Zombie
gang?
Murder.
Your old gang in high school?
Hey.
What?
Hey.
The Skank Horse.
Hang on,
You guys fought the Jets.
They fought the Lizzies.
The Lizzies.
We won.
Killed the entire skank horde from Isle of Cardias
Skank Horde.
Skank Horde.
and Blood Fun 6.
Blood Fun 6. Now you see why Killzone's such a retarded name.
Yep.
It sounds like a thing they'd make fun of.
Yep.
Bullet Storm, Bullet Zone.
You're awesome.
But
I like the dramatic pause there.
You might be able to hear her blushing. No.
When girls blush, it makes it sound like a violin, right?
Hang on. Maybe.
It's awesome.
There it is.
Awesome.
A slight exhale.
Exhale.
And putting the hair behind her ears like...
There's been accurate references on there before to WoW specifically, so I do find it a little odd.
Yeah,
I mean, I just want to load up game deals. Jesus.
It's right there.
I know, but I write them down shorthand, so I don't know if you'll be able to read them. Where's my... There you are. God, we gotta get What Are You Buying back. Game deals this week. The EA Store is $15 off Dead Space 2 with free shipping. Kmart, something about buying Dragon Age 2 and getting $30 off a $50 PSN XBLA gift card.
It really says something about buying.
It's only at the stores. Like there's no link to it, so I can't cross check anything. Fight Night Champions at Newegg is $49.99 on PS360, as well as you can get Dragon Quest IV on DS for $12.99 free shipping. All the PlayStation Katamaris are $50 or $50 for all of them.
Oh, okay. I was like,
wow.
We Love Katamari, Katamari Damacy, whatever the fuck the one in PlayStation 3 is called, are all
Katamari
$50
Forever. Yeah.
And on XBLA, Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light is 50% off at 600 points this week. And those are your game deals. Elson, I'm going to take you into a fascinating world known as my Facebook. And I'm going to grab a beer while you read this sad tale of a man in TDar.
All right, so you're going to give me this sad
Cheryl,
story?
this is going to get you. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll prepare myself.
Chris F. God, I want to make a Simpsons joke here so bad. Let's call her Lisa S. No, L. Simpson. But anyway. A letter to TDar. Chris and the guys at TDar. Oh, this is really long. And his profile picture is a sad puppy, so I know this is not going in a good place.
Uh-oh.
After hearing a lot of people writing in and explaining how TalkRadar has helped them through some difficult times, I decided to write in and ask for assistance in a matter. I will try to keep this brief. He did not. After my... Now you're back? After my girlfriend and I purchased Red Dead Redemption and spent many hours playing it together, it sparked her interest in riding horses again and also made me want to learn to ride. Seeing as we both live on a property with a small amount of land, it only seemed right to get ourselves a horse. Small amount of land? We begin the search, hoping to find that one wasn't too outgoing, which I later learned to refer to him as bomb-proof.
Red Dead.
After many weeks of looking, we found an 18-year-old horse for $1,000, and we took him home immediately. He was a little malnourished, but we soon took care of that, and off he went, riding into the sunset. We called him Jack. I'm assuming it's a Red Dead reference.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the kindest and most loving horse in the world.
This is a real horse.
This is a real horse.
A year passed, and Jack began to show signs of his age.
This is where you get dramatic.
Horses live a long time, but Jack wasn't looking at his best.
There you go.
I came home from work, and Emily, my girlfriend, and myself went outside to brush him and feed him. To our surprise, we found a large open wound in his front leg below his knee and many more cuts on his face.
Whoa.
Without hesitation, we called the vet. After he arrived, he checked and cleaned the wound, telling us it would be fine, but his overall condition wasn't good. He had lost weight and he looked tired. He speculated it could be an internal cancer, and there's no way of checking. A blood test wouldn't show up because he's a larger horse and it would only show up when he was too late to help him.
Too much blood. Even a drop is like the size of a human.
Right. Needless to say, Emily began to cry, and I got a little teary. The vet discussed this with us at great length and told us to consider having him put to sleep and send him to his rest. This beautiful animal has stolen our hearts and taught me the beauty of horses is about to leave our lives forever. Since getting the news, Emily has been quiet and easily upset, and nothing I say or do seems to help. I have gotten a laugh or two from her while listening to your podcast, though, and that is why I'm writing. If you read this on the air, could you please offer up some advice to her, a few kind words, or a funny sound effect to get her smiling again? Help me, TalkRadar. You're my only hope. Well,
Allison, they need you right now.
Horses?
It sounds like an elephant.
I just got bucked!
It is. Well, excuse me. I have to take these geese away.
Trade this pony.
They're gonna just fly me away back to a better podcast. Off I go. This is great!
Surely somebody laughed at that, right?
Oh, probably.
I just like.
We're here for you, Emily.
I want to. Cheryl will eventually record a promo. Games Radar's Talk Radar, the antidote to horse grief.
I don't know what to tell you. It's rough. I mean, losing a pet sucks.
Losing a pet blows. So my girlfriend is headed back to the Midwest to see her family, partially because the family's like 16-year-old dog is due for the next checkup.
Oh.
And what does everybody think is going to happen? It's like the last thing the mom with the empty nest syndrome needs is a fucking old pet.
I mean, they're basically heartbreak waiting to happen. That's the problem with pets.
That's kind of suck. Except for parrots. You can get parrots that live like 40
parrots
years.
live like 400 years.
400 years?
I don't know.
Don't they? They actually suffer from.
I have parrot sound effects.
They suffer from withdrawal. Like when their owners die, they actually can go and get into a depression.
Weird.
Yeah.
Like can go on a murderous rampage.
Yeah, because they live so long.
Parrots. I don't like this.
I got a message from someone called Thank You Talk Radar.
Ooh.
While I wait for our site to load. Hang on, let me check. I gave you permission to read this on the podcast. Okay. Thank you, Talk Radar. I owe my life to you guys. I just want to say thank you. When I was 16, my family and I lived in Ankeny, Iowa. We had just had new neighbors move in next door.
Go Buckeyes!
Like usual, my mom sent me over to greet them. When I rang the doorbell, their daughter answered. She was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. Daughters.
Sounds so fucking cute. I just imagine her like pig. She looks like Prairie Dawn from Sesame Street.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh. Nice and pink with a blue mouth.
And the crows got her. That's the saddest part.
The sound of a picking apart her corpse.
Well, no, I don't have any other good sounds.
I'm romantic.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm. She had the most amazing smile before the crows took it. Anyway, she must have liked me too because I have a sad feeling we're going to regret making these jokes.
Really?
Oh no.
We had the most amazing. It's really long. She must have liked me too because when I asked her out later that year, she said yes without hesitation. Our first date consisted of going to see a movie and then eating Chinese food, possibly served by Chris Antista. It was the best time of my life.
Over that far.
We dated through high school and eventually attended Stanford together.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
Oh, that's
Stanford.
You are bosses.
Disgusting. Stanford.
About a year ago, I decided I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. So I asked her to go have dinner with me at this fancy restaurant. I was going to, it says purpose, I think he means propose. That night turned into a nightmare. When we finally sat down, she coughed into her napkin. Oh, God, here we go.
God.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
I'm telling you right now, I regret every joke I've made.
When she pulled every sub-story we've read on the air.
Oh, God. Why does everyone have such a just such terrible things happen?
Because we'll read it.
The funny podcast.
I know. This is just like the downer every time.
Yeah.
And there was blood on it. I immediately called 911. That night she was admitted to the hospital. For the next 2 weeks, I had to watch as she was in pain and dying. It felt like my arms and legs were being torn off every second, and my heart was being slowly crushed. Finally, 2 weeks, they diagnosed her with lung cancer. They said they would be able to treat it more or less, but there was no guarantee she would be cured. That night, one of the tumors in her lung broke and she drowned in her own blood, and all I could do
Why are we
was watch from the hall.
Oh my god.
Everything inside me died that day. I felt like a haze over my eyes from then on. Everything started to slip. I failed that semester in every class. I lost my job and had to sell our apartment. I was homeless and had no job. One of my friends asked me to stay at his place and would not take no for an answer. Almost every day I was there and all I could think about was killing myself.
Bring this all back with like a Macho Man impression. Or
It got so bad that he had to put a lock on the knife cabinet. That summer,
That's wrong.
That summer I visited home. I stayed with my parents and hung out with a neighbor kid. His account name on the forums is Headshot10101.
Ah, I know him.
One day he told me to listen to this podcast. It was TalkRadar. The first thing I heard was the Norwegian King of Names. Careful. Remember? Norwegian King of Names. The neighbor kid liked it with surprise. I was laughing and smiling. I had not done this since my girlfriend passed away and I'm attending classes again. That day I was saved by TalkRadar. I am not depressed anymore. I bought a new apartment. I also have a new job. To this day, the neighbor kid and I are still friends, and now I'm a devoted listener. Thank you, Brett, Chris, Tyler Wilde, Tyler Nagata, Lizzie, Michael, and all the rest of you at Games Radar. I also give you permission to read this on the podcast. Well, that's a...
Man.
Wow. I told you we would regret...
You're better off, man. That's all I'm saying. You're better off. Why? Wait, why? I'm soothing. Those are heartwarming.
There's a degree of, I don't know what reaction we can possibly have.
I don't know what reaction you would expect us to have on the air, but there is, like, dealing with way less significant amounts of pain.
Yeah.
But, like, people I liked who made me laugh, even in person and on CD, if I can say that.
What is a CD?
A CD, like comedians on CD, like that.
What's a comedian?
That's very important and very therapeutic for me. So I don't want to diminish that because
Does it help if I play this?
I guess, or a sincere statement. I guess.
That's
no, it doesn't matter. I'm absolutely, honestly honored that we can provide any kind of solace. Like, damn it.
No, I know what you're saying. For sure.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
I guess.
Just talk through it.
The idea that the bullshit we do in the trials, what we consider important, helps someone else with a far more pressing issue that's far more emotionally damaging.
We're not art, but that's like what art and entertainment is. It's like fuck everything else for a second.
Right.
Just take a moment to laugh with us, and we take more than a couple moments. And I'm sorry about that, but
it's nice perspective too, because I mean we sit here and we have our complaints about shit that goes
I complained
down
for 20 minutes about no Mountain Dew in the vending machine.
Yeah, he did.
Like, I will fucking quit if they don't pull an ad on every video. I am tired of this. I will change my life and move to Memphis.
Yes!
If this doesn't happen.
Why Memphis?
I don't know. I want to pick someplace depressing. Hopefully, What's-His-Nuts doesn't live there. Jesus.
Birds in here, I guess.
Yeah.
Why does this sound like an NPR pledge drive?
I'm a little bummed out, but
it's like, the great programming on TalkRadar is made possible by listeners like you.
Conversely, sir.
Yes.
Turds. It's that kind of entertainment that makes us think.
Wow. also farts.
Turn that off. Yeah, also farts.
That's it just goes quicker than I can react to it. I'm not pushing that.
And the belching. Don't forget the belching.
There's no belch in here, sadly.
Cheryl,
Chris does it on his own. That's why.
Is there some bodily function?
You need to put some fucking drum loops on the soundboard so that we can have the farts set to a beat.
Yeah.
And then freestyle the shit out of that.
A rave remix.
Yeah. What? Yeah. TalkRadar. Can't get no badder. I'm really bad at talking.
It's okay, Chris.
All right. I'm sorry.
They
I know.
can't all be ballistic Ken versus.
Anytime I leave the office with Cheryl, I end up seeing breakdancing for some reason. So I can't even pretend to be that cool. Is there any kind of lady equivalent even in high school? Like, how do you fart on one another? Is that not funny?
What?
No, we don't.
Only Brett knows where that is on my computer. I have no idea.
I was trying to find another sound effect.
I have no idea.
No, I don't think I've ever farted on any of my girlfriends.
Oh my god.
No.
Can I fart on
No.
on Melanie?
No.
Just once?
No.
I mean,
just once.
I mean, you could, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I can blame Lizzie. She has a horrible diet, so everybody would believe me. Everybody would believe me. Old fucking diarrhea combo, Lizzie Cuevas every day.
Oh, God.
7 cheeseburgers. Let's do some phone calls.
Shall we do some phone? I don't have the phone calls.
There they are. I hate everything I've ever made for this show.
Hey, TalkRadar, this is Don Knotts, and I'm here to ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
The Muppet not entitled to sweat on its own lip? No, says Miss Piggy. Belongs to both of us.
I like this one.
No, says the Danger Square. Belongs to nobody.
Stop it.
No, says the Opponent C7. Belongs to me. Well, I rejected these answers. Instead, I rolled something different. I rolled the impossible. I rolled that 9 that I need. One door's red and one's blue. Play the Muppets. Party crew.
He did the Muppets. He did Muppets and as Andrew Ryan.
As Andrew Ryan.
That's beautiful.
Hey, TalkRadar. This is Kevlar Turbin from the forum.
Wow.
I'm just calling because in a couple of days, I'm going to be downloading the last episode of your guys' podcast that I'm going to hear for a long time.
What?
I joined the Army, and I'm going to be training in a couple of days. So it's going to suck. You guys are what I work out to. It's kind of weird. I zone out to your podcast, and I kind of ignore how much it sucks working out.
It does suck.
So I don't know how I'm going to make your basic training without your podcast. It's going to kind of suck.
You can't bring an iPod.
But
We
I
could probably
wanted to
get
thank
someone
you
to
guys for
send him
getting me through the last 2 years of a shit job. And I give a shout out to my coworkers who I got listening to the show. You guys aren't such noobs, I guess. But
you tell them to get friends to
you're
listen?
working on it. So thanks, guys, and keep the podcast up. I look forward to catching up on all the episodes when I get back.
I gotta ask. I'm gonna see the guys. I'm gonna see the guys from FTTG in a couple days. But you can't bring. I know.
I think you can send like CDs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know.
I know they have. If you can't have an iPod in basic training, how the fuck are you going to drown out the drill instructor when he's yelling in your face?
Well, that seems strange though, because they always.
You don't play that new Rihanna song, I will still fuck you.
Yes, sir.
Get under my umbrella, fat.
Ella.
I know that people take Game Boys back in the Desert Storm.
Maybe it's just like an internet connection thing.
I think
they don't have a stable internet connection.
And I'm not. I don't. I mean, no offense.
On military bases, I would assume.
But I
they would
imagine
have
they're very slow to react to new technology like that.
Well,
you guys can have Game Boys, but no iPods.
Well, I just saw
too distractive. All the white headphones. The enemy can see you from a mile away.
I know they have in the base they've got Xboxes and PSPs and stuff. So I'm surely they have an internet connection you could download a podcast.
I think when you're in basic the idea
sucks,
is
I can see that.
they take away all your stuff so they can break you down and rebuild you.
I see.
Let's go break him out of basic. He didn't say where he was.
What a fantastic idea.
Well, let's just go to Iraq. I mean, how big is it? How big is it?
TalkRadar Iraq. That's way better than my Win a Date with Cheryl competition that I've been trying to pitch upstairs.
I'm going to basic training in a couple days, so
I don't think he said.
Keep turning down guys. It's going to happen eventually. Eventually, you're going to start dating listeners.
Oh god!
And we're going to start filming it.
Great.
All right, next.
Hey, TalkRadar, this is Don Knotts.
Whoops. Hey, Don Knotts.
Hey, TalkRadar,
sound
Chris from
different.
the forums. Listen, I just thought of the most fantastic way to kill myself. So at Thanksgiving, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a turkey out of the oven, just carve it up a little, just a hole, I'm going to put it over my head. So I'm going to run, flailing my arms around the house. Now, family members will be freaking out. But, what are you going to do? This guy's running around with a turkey on his head, suffocating. So hopefully I'm going to make it and run out into the street. So, I thought that'd be a good way of killing myself.
It's pretty good.
I think
the turkey seems incidental.
Anyway, I think you pull the turkey out of the oven and put it on your head. The first thing that's going to happen is it's going to start burning your face.
Yeah.
And it's going to actually graft itself to your face, and you and the turkey will become one.
I don't know that you could run effectively.
And then you will gain the powers of the turkey.
Wait,
correct.
So you're saying that just putting the turkey after it's pores, you probably get the turkey's DNA in you.
Yes.
Yes, and you'll probably the helixes will connect.
Well, I'm guessing you would get some kind of fire turkey powers.
Oh god, a turkey plasmid.
You will grow a waddle. You will be able to gobble, and Ben Franklin will admire you.
He might be able to get the pardon from the president.
That's right.
Yeah.
For killing himself. We
might
pardon
be
your
the one.
soul.
This year, I give the pardon to the man turkey. Man turkey.
But his daring achievements in man turkeyism.
Proud member to Games Radar forums.
So,
I'm the president.
Call.
A very bad Obama.
Abomination.
That's not a phone call, that's Donald.
You're not good at this. No.
Every massively multiplayer online role-playing game.
All right.
Next phone call.
Hey guys, what's up? First of all, love the show, obviously.
Nobody does.
And I'm just calling because I just played in a small scale MVC3 tournament, and I took second. I'm kind of excited about it.
Awesome.
That's all.
What was your team?
Love the show. Keep it up.
What was your team? What was your team?
God!
What was your team, you jerk?
I need a new team. I tried playing after a week, and I just really fucking suck right now.
I went over to Grimm's house on Sunday.
I know, I couldn't do it.
We played some rounds. I think my team that I'm getting results with is Cap, Spidey, and...
You're getting some out of Cap.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I really enjoy Cap. Cap, Spidey, and Phoenix was my other
Phoenix.
Phoenix is such a strong gimmick of when she becomes Dark Phoenix that I love any kind of thing like that. Like Magic, it was about slivers, and Pokemon, I like the idea of making a team of 6 Eevee evolutions and giving them all baton pass. And who cares?
I know why I gravitated to. I know why I gravitated because he was a little spammy.
Who?
With the Skrull, Super Skrull.
Oh, yeah, he's fun.
And then, like, I do love the Fantastic Four. That's very important to me that he represents all the guys I like. And then
ignorant creature.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him as a guy.
Burn!
Nothing.
He's Clerk, the Super Skrull.
Nothing.
That's it. His personality, he's a soldier that was given the powers of the Fantastic Four to fight the Fantastic Four. And he lost. For 40 years.
To be fair, it's 4 against 1, and they have the same power.
They have the same power. It's like, why did you think this would work? It's still, you need 4 Super Skrulls, you idiots!
Yeah.
Can you imagine just math majors looking at that kind of battle? Like, how could this be fun? I can't think of an equation where anybody would win.
I will bet their first encounter ended with the Fantastic Four, who had just been fighting, saying, if we work together, we can defeat him.
Yes. And the metaphor
to the Baxter Building
is the next phone call.
Hey.
Hey.
That's for horses.
Holla.
Is that it?
No.
Hang on.
Fucking Pokemon time in like 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
And it's like fucking dope. Out the ass.
I like how it's kind of breaking up at the right places.
You should use a landline.
666 just saying, fuck yeah!
Hang on.
And this is Richie 666 just saying,
fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah.
Pokemon.
How high is this man?
Richie 666. A valued member. Cheryl, are you going to get into the Pokemans this time around?
No, not this time. I don't have time.
Girls are working part-time at Best Buy. I'm at home playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
What is that? It's a phone call.
Well, maybe you should save your money for a couple of boxes of Maxi Packs to put all over your news. Slap it vagina, you.
Is he like playing a YouTube video into the mic?
It sounds like it, yeah. Here's the last one from March 1st.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Broken Steel 1228 from Xbox, and my real name.
Oh, this guy's from Xbox. We should ask him if we can get some extra Xboxes.
Marcelo Gato from Buena Park, California.
Buena Park!
Tell me about that place.
It's in LA somewhere.
All right.
SoCal.
And I just sent you guys some other messages with Marvel vs. Capcom 3 parodies.
Wait.
Oh, so that was him.
That was him.
On from Newgrounds. I'm not sure if that annoyed you or made you laugh. Hopefully it made you laugh, but sorry if it annoyed you. I had a question for you guys. I know you guys are professional reviewers. I know you guys are freaking hilarious and don't take shit seriously sometimes. I do enjoy your reviews. However, what I wanted to get to is that I'm an actual amateur reviewer on YouTube, and I just wanted to know what I can do to get into the business, because I listen to podcasts, I subscribe to magazines, I read about stuff on the internet, and I just really enjoy this industry, and I just want to be part of it and see this as a future career, and, well, so do a lot of my friends, and just wanted to thank you guys for the ultimate joy every week with TalkRadar, and hopefully you guys can check out my YouTube channel, it's the same thing, Broken Steel 1228, all one word, and TalkRadar fucking rocks. See you later,
Thank you.
and hopefully
he has a nice voice.
Well, that's an excellent question that we don't get asked enough. Is how do I break into this industry? And my answer now is go and read all the articles people have written on how to break into this industry.
Yeah,
because they
a
were
lot.
written specifically because we get asked this question all the time.
I will say, wait for me to die. Wait for one of us to die.
The question is whether it's you or Henry first.
I mean, Henry, I have a secret against Henry. Vegetables.
Right, yeah.
Vegetables.
But you also have negative smoking.
It's not really a secret.
But he has negative smoking. If I may, I'd like to throw my hat in that ring and make it a triangle.
The death pole?
Yeah, the death pole, solely for the amount of high fructose corn syrup I ingest.
That's true.
It doesn't seem to have any effect on you, though.
But I'm only 30.
I know.
I think by 40, I'll be a pile of glop.
Like, before you met Carolyn, like...
I drink far more, so...
Your diet was totally atrocious.
Yeah.
Like, you hated vegetables altogether.
No. I like the same vegetables. I just never bothered to eat them.
Yeah.
I still liked corn and broccoli, carrots.
As long as they're in a quad steak Taco Bell.
No. Like
baked in a pie.
Like, for real.
With gravy.
You don't have a carrot pie? Forget it. I'm not eating it if it's not in a pie.
Pot pie.
Ugh. All right.
Carrot cordon bleu.
I think in my case, if you wanted to get my job, you just have to no Photoshop.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Remember Drew bragging about you when you came in? Like, dude, she knows pixel art. She knows how to do that shit. She does. And I was like, what? Cheryl knows how to do pixel art.
And then 3 years later, I actually did it for our business cards.
Yeah.
It's going to be my 3-year anniversary, guys.
Is it really?
Yep.
When is it?
You were all tiny little boys when I started.
I really I really don't even like looking at pictures of me when I started.
Oh,
like,
I look so young.
It was like 25, and
it was 4 years ago.
It was.
I
don't feel
I like looking at pictures of me when I started, but none of the TalkRadar listeners do because I didn't have the beard.
You had no beard.
We talked about you shaving the beard and growing a new one.
Yeah.
What?
And you were like,
so what do you do 5 minutes later?
And you were like, the listeners won't let me.
I don't know. There's one listener or one GR reader that she replied to me when I had that picture of my Asari headpiece that I'm doing.
Oh yeah,
that I got, and she's like, have Michael be Commander Shepard. It's like that means he has to shave, and I was like, oh.
Ooh,
so you have there's a female reader that wants to see you.
Interesting. Commander Rapar.
All right. I'll sink a piece into that.
Shit, now I forgot what I was going to say.
I didn't mean to flush you.
I was talking to Scott Butterworth earlier today, and it's like when I was...
On purpose?
Yeah, I know. He's such an asshole, but...
fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. But, yeah, it's saying like it's like when I was 2 years old and my dad shaved his mustache for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And I freaked the fuck out. I was like, "You're not my daddy!" And
my dad has had the same mustache since like 1978.
My dad shaved his mustache when I was 25 years old.
Oh, I can't.
And I go back home, and like I left Florida at 26, and every time I go back home, father, I guess like it's still a little weird.
I can't even imagine my dad shaving his mustache. It's like even pictures of him dating back to like as soon as he was biologically capable of having a mustache, he's had a mustache.
I don't know. My mom, it was a huge point of contention for my mother. I see their marriage picture, like, why is Daddy in a beard? And my mom gets really fucking pissed. Like, why? Yes, why did he have a fucking beard? Why did he have a beard on that day?
Let's go
on all days. Why did he have a beard?
My dad would switch it up. Like, I think there was a point for like 3 years when I was in high school where he had no facial hair, and then like it got to a point where like he started losing his hair up top, so he compensated by having more hair on his face. So yeah,
I made an observation about that about the bear community, is that all their hair was reversed, is that they were all bald with giant beards.
Oh boy!
And you know what? Fucking sexy. But just saying, Michael. Let it go. Cut all that shit off.
No.
I really like your haircut now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want
Chris, you didn't say anything about my hair.
I like your hair. Fuck, your hair always looks great. I'm not going to compliment you.
Your hair changes more than anyone else.
Yeah,
every time you come in with like looking nice, I can't fucking say everything every time that happens. Like it's very rare that one of us changes our appearance.
Yeah, that's true. It freaked me the fuck out getting my haircut because I let it grow really kind of medium long and just like, getting it shaved off the sides, these gigantic tufts of hair are falling into my lap, and it's just like, oh my god, that's a lot of fucking white hairs.
Really?
Oh.
Yes.
I pulled one on my chin today.
It's like,
oh.
Yeah.
I see it. It is transforming into a brambles.
Yeah. No, I've got
so
white hairs
much
all over
older
the place.
than
I'm 33, I guess now. So
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Really? 33. This is 1978.
Yeah.
One of these days, you're gonna have to take me out and introduce me to Graves.
Nathan Graves, the hero of Castlevania Circle of the Moon?
Nathan
Yes.
Graves, yes. Or Peter Graves. Peter Graves.
The question last week was, what's up Henry's ass?
Yeah.
And it was, because he bitched about Family Guy for 30 minutes, and it was great. We had a great discussion. Did anybody watch Family Guy Sunday as a result?
I'd like to think we move people over to the Fox network.
Yeah, it's a little outlet that needs the attention. I didn't
There's a pretty good Family Guy on, too. Brian getting his tail cut off, and
it's ridiculous.
One of their gorier ones.
Fuck that. Henry taking this stance as like an idiot nerdcore fucking.
Yeah, and the whole time I'm
nerd.
wondering, okay, so where's the reference with no joke here?
Yeah, like I have to somehow just like I don't even like the show that much. Like, why do I have to apologize for watching it? Because Henry, I'm gonna bite Henry.
On an unrelated note, I am actually 32.
Oh, but Henry got a haircut, and he looks 10 years old. He's
adorable.
Yeah,
he does.
He's adorable. I want to tussle his hair. That's what I.
Oh, you scamp.
Yeah. Oh, get on out of here.
But
cautious Hank.
As far as the rest of the community segment goes, question of the week and all
giant
that
community
stuff,
segment.
The podcast is
Stop banging your plastic dildo against the table.
Plastic nanner
that Sega brought by.
Sega brought us 3 plastic bananas that.
Dick splitters.
They're banana holders.
They're banana. No, I already have one, so I know what it is. I'm just confused at the
luxuries of being executive editor. He gets the fucking banana holders first.
The only thing I can
lock
think
him
of
a banana holder.
He actually bought it though. He bought it.
They are like I can just imagine the infomercial now, which is like you want to bring bananas to work, but they get squished in your lunch. And just like having people pull out these mashed bananas, like there's got to be a better way.
It does seem like a sad, like, Fifth Element throwaway.
Yeah.
These stupid fucking nanners. Fuck these things. I'm not happy. But they did give us cool fridge magnets. We might give those away. But we gave a bunch of shit away last week.
Those are cute.
Cheryl, giving you one.
No, that's okay.
Throw them in your new fridge. You got nothing there.
So my phone autocorrects Sega to... I forgot what it was. I corrected it too quickly.
Sega. I meant to take a picture one time to recreate it, but whatever it did to RoboCop, yes. All right, good call. We'll go see at PAX this week.
Have fun, guys.
Yeah,
Jackasses.
I guess.
Well, Lizzie's going, but she's paying her own way.
Lizzie can handle it. She's a young gal, and she can stay up all the time and drink and still do a little work.
You know who you're talking to, right?
I know.
I go out more than all you guys combined.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, a lot of us never get invited out to go to...
plane ride, and we've got hotel rooms, so...
Yeah, come stay with Tyler, Brett, and I in one hotel room. How about that, Cheryl? Can you handle that level of fucking man funk?
My God.
Jesus Christ, even I'm a little worried. I'm not even sure if my laptop will work in that kind of fucking atmosphere.
It's like a rainforest haze.
Yeah, miasma and snoring.
I think
that's what can be.
I'm bringing a noise machine.
Oh, I think I just breathed in pubic hair. Like how the fuck?
Oh yeah, we'll definely have some.
There was one in the microphone today. Like I'm like, why is there pubic hair in the microphone?
I wanted to get a quote from my wiener.
I wasn't in the latest FAP, but it's not literal. You know what I'm saying? Literal.
All right. What's taking us out, Chris? You have a very specific song.
The goddamn Ray song from Beyond Good and Evil. It's like the greatest thing in the world, and you're going to hear it. Bye.
Dude, that shit is so...
Yeah! Ow!
Great. So the director was there like, oh, bro, and